flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't none left. Going till there ain't none. Keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't none left. Going till there ain't none. Keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't none left. Going till there ain't none. Flame on.
Outdoor Junkies!
All right, junkies, on this week's episode, we're heading to Nebraska with a group of buddies from Delta Waterfowl. We're bringing out some new guys that have never been snow goose hunting before. Pretty good group of guys. I think there's 12 of us all together. It's gonna be a good time seeing these guys out for the first time who've never snow goose hunted. It's always a blast when you bring new people out. We're gonna be meeting up with Parker and Connor from Clearview Guide Services. Meet up with Parker. He wants to get out and do some scouting.
This is Parker out here in western Nebraska with Clearview Guide Services. We're looking at a feed with about 15,000. We've been watching them for about a couple days now. They've been spreading out. There's about 50,000 in the area, and there's just different feeds, and they're hopping from feed to feed. Tomorrow should be a pretty good hunt with the warmer weather and the sun shining all day.
You guys just cost me a case of beer.
Why's that?
They were gonna jump that feed.
You worked your magic and kept them off of it?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Once we got to that field and seen the birds coming from every direction, we knew we were gonna be all right for the morning. We get back to camp, we round the boys up, everybody gets some food in their belly.
Excited for tomorrow?
I am. Excited for tonight. I've never set up decoys.
Just bows?
Just bows.
Just bows.
Weather's gonna be a little bit warmer, so that's a good thing. Ground's frozen right now, so we're actually gonna finish up dinner, and then we're gonna go out and set our spread, 'cause it's gonna take a little bit for us to break through the ground to set it. But it should be a pounder tomorrow. The weather kind of gave us a little curveball on this trip. It was kind of got down to freezing, we'll say. So we get out to the field and start setting up decoys, and the ground's frozen. So we have 3,000-4,000 decoys we're throwing out, and we're literally in there hammering, drilling holes to get these decoys in the ground. An hour job literally turned into a 5-hour job. So, I mean, in the end, it was worth it. We laid the smack down on some birds, but it was worth putting these decoys out tonight.
Outdoor Junkies is brought to you by I-90 Enterprises, Hanksters Motorsports, Hunting Gear, Bait Box on the Rock, Cunis Country, Bear Sets, Custom Jigs and Spins, Bee Fish and Tackle, and these fine sponsors. This has been a Stone Lake production.
Ready to go, pumped up. Nice. Hopefully we can make it happen.
Turn into a marshmallow man quick.
It's a little chilly, but not too bad.
No, it's not. It's nothing worse than what we've done at home.
Yep.
I think it's gonna warm up. That coming in this morning to see this spread was phenomenal. As soon as you could see it, it's like, wow.
All right, welcome back, junkies. So, day one, morning hunt didn't work out. Sitting there, daylight comes, you can hear the birds in the background. Thought it was okay. Well, it's 7 degrees out, no wind. Birds just want to go out, or did not want to go out and feed that morning. So, I mean, we watched a good migration flight of birds come into the area, but they just did not want to come in. They were just basically water hopping for the first 4 hours. So we gave it till about 10 o'clock, pulled the plug, went and had some lunch, put a plan together for the afternoon, and well, it worked out in our favor. Came back to the spread, noticed we had a little bit of wind, made some adjustments, turned the rotaries on, game changer.
Right above us. Straight up. The skunk has been lifted.
wind picked up a little bit, things started to work out for us. First bird that came in was a single, just kind of came from the heavens. Took that one down, then after that, it was lights out.
Oh, Goose. Jeez. Oh, big flock. Big flock on the left.
And if it wasn't for them Rossies, man, we would, yeah, them Rossies put on a show for us. It was the best you could ask for.
We're coming back around. Reload.
Birds were coming from everywhere. It was completely night and day from morning to afternoon. So. Tell you what, snow goose hunting, everybody wants to get those big spins and the big valleys and stuff like that, but just being out there seeing the birds, man, it's an experience if you've never had before. You definitely have to try at least once. If you're into waterfowling or outdoors or anything, you just got to give snow goose hunting a shot.
I'ma keep it going till there ain't none left. Going till there ain't none. Keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't none left. Going till there ain't none. Keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't none left. Going till there ain't none. Keep the flame on max. Keep the flame on max.
Oh, they're swinging around right side. That was awesome! Way to unleash the fury, boys! That was sweet!
I'ma keep it going till there ain't none left. Going till there ain't none. Keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't none left. Going till there ain't none. Keep the flame on max. Keep the flame on max. Keep the flame on max.
Smoke these. They're landing on me. Right side. Coming back around. That big group's coming in. Right out front. Right side. Right here, left side. Someone got a blue goose. Right side.
Well, the early afternoon hunt was awesome. We knocked down 30 some birds or so. And just when things were starting to pick up, the migration kicked in. And it was a steady stream of birds that were coming from the south. Unfortunately for us, they landed about 3/4 of a mile away, and the drawing power that they had, it was huge. We had nothing to compete with them. So the amount of birds we seen that afternoon, it was crazy. The guys that have never got to experience that before, it was a spectacle for them to see hundreds of thousands of birds like we seen that day.
Nope. I mean, what do you want from me, bud? That was a great day, you know, super cold. Seen a couple thousand birds. Spilled some juice on myself. I look ridiculous. All right, that's all I got.
What'd you think, man?
I had a great time. Pretty big grind though. Tell ya, I'll do it again. This is amazing though, just to see the birds flying like this. I mean, as far as you can see. It's awesome.
I wish these went in the ground as easy as they're coming out, but that was a lot of fun. We had no wind, which killed us. I mean, when we were killing, it was windy, the wind died, but it was a great time. We're all jacked up to pick this spread up and set it somewhere else now, so can't wait for the morning.
All right, we'd like to thank Parker and Clearview Guide Service and his family and their hospitality out there. So it was our first time going to Nebraska. It was a good time, good food, good lodge. So if you guys are looking for good accommodations and some fun hunts, give Clearview Guide Service a call. Up next, we're heading to Arkansas for our spring conservation hunt, Junkie Style.
This segment is brought to you by I-90 Enterprises, your benchmark for excellence.
All right, junkies, we're down here in Arkansas. We came down 3 days early because we've never been down this area before. We actually had 3 scout teams out looking for the birds, and there's quite a few birds down here this time of year. We got a plan together and met up with the boys and found the best feed.
All right, well, we have a few options because we're in a good feed too that these birds are just trafficking from field to field here. Well, I guess at the end of the day, we're gonna have to everyone's gonna have to pick a field, sit on it, put it to bed, and then we're gonna have to figure out what we want to do for the morning.
We agreed Jared has probably the best field that out of the 3 that we find so far. So it's actually a pretty good field. It has a levee running down the side. It's rice on both sides of it, and there's probably 50, 60,000 birds that were using the field. So we decided to check it out the afternoon before, make sure that everything was still hot for the morning, and go in and set up. And man, it did not disappoint.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning, heading from base camp in Missouri to an undisclosed location in Arkansas. Gonna meet up with our judge, set some decoys, and we're gonna lay the smackdown on these fools. So there's quite a few birds in the area yesterday. We spent the last couple days scouting, found a couple good feeds. Decided about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon which one we were gonna hunt. Hopefully it's a good one.
What up?
She rained a little bit.
You see the levee right there?
Yeah, we'll roll on a string right with that levee to cause that as a stopper so everything sucks right up in here. Well, we got about 760 full bodies and about 3,300 windsocks that we'll be running today. We don't have wind in the morning, so we're gonna run about 4 vortexes, some flyers. We'll probably end up pulling those down once the wind picks up a little bit and the socks get to moving. So we got a few hours to get set up, and hopefully the birds work in and give us one heck of a shoot. We'll find out. All right, it's game time, fellas. We got here about 2 o'clock this morning. Set up right around 4,000 decoys. With our buddies here. We got a good feed that was building up here yesterday. Got about 5 more minutes till shooting time. And hopefully these birds come out, give us the fun that we're looking for, and get a good shoot out of them. Stay tuned. Are you landing, Landon?
The birds came from right where we thought they were going to come from. The wind was perfect. They played right in and they put on a show, and yeah, we laid the hammer down Junkie Style.
Let's go!
I closed my eyes and pulled the trigger.
I did, I was watching. The wind direction shifted on us and from what we thought it was going to be. So we set up on the west side of the levee and all the birds were coming from the east side of it. And they were coming flock after flock and they were trying to finish behind us.
Get him.
Whoa! Jesus Christ!
We actually had probably 4 or 5 good flocks of birds come in before we decided we were going to make an adjustment and get on the other side of the levee. And once we did, it was game on, I think.
Just stacking them up.
I think we ended this day with about 35, 40 birds, so it was a pretty productive morning.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Bear Sense. For more information, go to bearsense.com.
I guess we're sitting here eating with about 1,000 birds dropped in the spread, so we're gonna go jump them out and hopefully smack some more coming in this afternoon.
See if these boys can actually shoot today. Just go on the Discovery Channel. Yes. Tasty. Back at it. Delicious.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of Outdoor Junkies. Tune in next week for some more junkie action.